Welcome back everyone to ION driver testing. In the last video, I thought I just gonna be attempting to beat the lap record because I just keep on failing for in the last corner, and we're gonna be doing for just only one time because unfortunately we're gonna be doing this again until I'll be accessed to the real main game of the ION Racing 2023 season. Because unfortunately, it's gonna be for such as the 2020 season with some for the Formula RSS hybrid that we're gonna be doing this for only one time. So first, we just already spawned for those old cars and talking about for some other kinds of these guys, and I cannot believe that we just absolutely reached all over to 1,000 subscribers for you guys. So we have started for all cars, starting with the Renault Clio, and then that I just spawned for the KTM Crossbow, another one that I just spawned for an unknown Ferrari 296 for the old-fashioned ones, and another one is the Formula 2 RSS non-hybrid, and probably that we just already spawned the final one. It's going to be a Formula 1 car before it despawns as well in 10 seconds. So how that look as Formula 1 look like, it's probably like for the rims as probably for an IndyCar itself. Let's just respawn the F1 car and it looks like this. So let's jump in for the Formula 1 car, and looks like we're going to be creating for the fastest laps. So I didn't totally what our fastest laps is, or the total laps was absolutely not gone too far. Well, let's just doing for a manual transmission, and we're not going to be setting to our speed limits as well. So the lap time has just started. Instead of, I don't know what it really was, so nothing instead of mouse control. Let's go for a out lap, that's gonna be doing for 2 laps as well. And it really sounds like a real Formula 1 sound, and because of the IndyCar rims as we got even possible, and by 2022 that changes into a covered in caliper as well. So we're gonna be trying to beat as possible for under 2 minutes, under 1 minute and 25 seconds. Here we go. So not instead of about for the mouse control, and it's going to be such as nothing that never be able to happen again. So I'll be gonna be trying to remaster of this track, and let's going for a maximum attack about the DRS activation. So as I can press F, and it's probably really work on those limited mile. I'm not sure this isn't gonna be doing for its failed attempt. So I have slightly going to be stuck a while, and it wasn't going to be such as a little bit worth it. And looks how we just see for the Formula 1 is going to be for making for a try to do for our fastest laps. So here we go without some sort of mouse control as well. We're not doing such as a hard corner cuts as well. And deploy ERS, and the DRS has deactivated off, and looks like it isn't going to be just like any time for it to do this. And what I just doing to keep on avoiding for about to do this as well. I think I'm pretty not sure. I feel such as a little bit to do this, that avoiding off for a little bit for just as much, and I just didn't activate the manual transmission, so the ERS has just keep on deploying. Oh dear, I just overshot things that I just completely completely failed too much. Eventually, it wasn't gonna be just a cool plan like this. So we're gonna be doing this again in another attempt. So, using a Formula RSS hybrid, that I just going to deploy the ERS and DRS itself were just a little bit too early. So, I'm not gonna be using for such as the ERS. Let's just do it for a maximum attack. And we're probably not going to be making things a little bit matter worse. And what I'm just gonna be deploying a little bit for just a man like this. 1 second of that corner. And probably still going to keep on deploying ERS. And recharging whatever we try to do, whatever we possibly going to make things for a better, fastest lap. As we're going to be deploying the DRS into the long straight, and then we just turn on the DRS itself. As we're hitting all the way to 200 miles an hour, I just completely turning off the ERS as well, so we're managedly running out of ERS, and I have to be charging for this really earlier. It was a horrible mistake without using for some sort of a keyboard, and I'm not gonna be very sure. This isn't going to be just like a ruined idea. We turn on the ERS and DRS back, and looks like we got 10 seconds for a little bit amount of time. 1 minute and 23 seconds, and this is gonna be my world record. As we're going back inside of the pits, and looks like before we're gonna be end for today's video. As long as we're not going to be taking for any more some sort of stress, we cannot able to return back home. But looks like we're gonna be making for our tires fix, or some sort of, I don't really think. We're gonna be changing for some compound tires. And so I have to recharge a lot more. And because I never be able to reattempt to do some more. So, well, what have I just gonna be trying to do for another maximum attack for just as well? I'm always using the DRS when it's absolutely going to be activated as well. And pretty more faster itself, and I cannot believe this isn't gonna be actually gone too much longer. So I absolutely tried to head back into the pits, and not possibly to do whatever we're gonna be trying to making some more of these lap times. So we're gonna be throwing back into the pits, and we just made a terrifying accident as well. So we just eventually hit reverse, and this isn't gonna be for the safety reasons to be happened what I just ever expected. So let's jump out of here, and then expect that the face isn't gonna be like this as well. So probably it despawns whatever it was. So let's gonna be choosing another color, and it's gonna be yellow. So we're probably not making sure this isn't going to be just like alright to do this. So whenever we're going to be enable the mouse control itself. So looks like I have my mouse control on, so eventually isn't going to be such a little bit much time as well. So as I can see that we're going to be turning on for some sort of like this thing, so I have still recording about this. Enable the mouse cruiser on, and looks like we just probably gonna be doing for pressing the R, and looks like this. This is where you turn, and it's gonna be make you easy to drive, such as really possibly that is gonna be a little bit realistic good driver as well. When you're actually a Formula 1 driver by using your computer, we probably recommendation that you're gonna be using the mouse control itself, as you're gonna be dragging left and right, which actually turns the wheels. I mean, actually turns the wheels to go left and right that you directed for rounded further ado. So whenever we just gonna be trying to do what is a little bit awesome. Let's go to switch into another 2. So before, I'm not gonna be talking about for somewhere. Let's go for a little bit for only one thing. And that sounds pretty not gonna be doing for a little bit interested. It's been 3 minutes. So looks like I'm not gonna be making throughout for the fastest lap whatever we do. So instead of the chase cam, we're not doing for such as a one thing as well. So I'm at for the mouse control. You see the mouse is going to be a little bit mounted to the right. So we're going to be taking about for a maximum advantage. And you've seen that I did not pretty good about lap times as well. Because sometimes that I forget and throughout for the last 2 days ago. And probably this isn't going to be the last time. It was about that video that I uploaded in 2 days ago. And looks like I'm probably we're going to be using the DRS. So the ERS has just gained back. Really possibly that we can about to do this. Instead of the ERS that I just going to be started to float it all over up for just only one thing. So we're going to be starting to out for the ERS, deploy it, and looks like I'm not almost like this thing is a bad idea. Oh god! Looks like I did happen again, that I just completely overshot for too much. So I was just going to be going to back again. So if that is absolutely suffering to a major headback, and it was kind of a shocking. There's one bad thing that we're going to be trying to say. The final corner is absolutely going to hurt yourself to do this. And then it was been for actually over 3 minutes when I was attempting for the final turn about to do this. Starting in the ERS on, and I just completely turned it off. And it's not going to be possibly that I could do this. And which is absolutely returning the ERS on and hit this bottom of this thing is 8 seconds in front, and it's absolutely 8 seconds ahead of us. I'm probably not sure this isn't going to be just like a good idea to do so. So not going to be such as to beat the lap time record. It's absolutely one of the most fastest laps. Oh god. Looks like I just keep on oversteering for so much. I do not absolutely recommend it that we're always going to do for a DRS selection. So looks like we cannot able to be practiced some more, but unfortunately I'm starting to have for troubling issues. So looks like we have something for a various trouble. We're spinning out of this terrible time. Because we're starting to lose grip in the flying lap. So we'll be just completely going to do itself or do what is actually wrong. Oh god! I'm failed! I have failed for some sort of a lap times as well. Maybe before I just gonna be respawning the Formula 1 car. And then unfortunately, so look like it doing like this is possible. And then I just spin out of this in the final corner. So it looks like I'm not going to be pausing around of this video a little bit to do this. Because I just completely overlost my mind as well. So I have just turned the DRS on. And looks like we don't have any cheats. Turn off the DRS and the ERS. And looks like we're just going to be doing for our very fastest laps. And I'm going to be careful around of this Formula 1 car. It wasn't going to be just like it's easy. This is going to be just as a hard mode. 0.9 seconds ahead. I'm possibly not going to do whatever we try to take ahead. And this isn't going to be taking for very much horrifying noise. So this isn't going to be just like, it's not going to be doing like this. It's probably is not going to be making a hit. This is a major like this problem. And I just turn on the DRS on. It looks like we're all over hitting for over 200 miles an hour. The DRS automatically turns off. And probably still going to be using the ERS we have left. And I didn't using amount of the ERS left as well. As we're keeping turning on the ERS to deploy. And it looks like we're going to be doing for our very fastest lap. And we got it. 1 minute and 24 seconds. It looks like I have to try to return back into the pits. And it looks like we're going to be disabled for the, I don't really know about this, but mouse cruiser as well. So we just eventually turn off the mouse cruiser, and I have slightly gone to inside of the onboard view. I almost gonna be spin all over out of me, and I feel such a waste of time. Since then, I just did something pretty great about me, and that I just actually doing still a beginner of this sports racing car for this thing as well. And I'm probably not gonna be very sure that we're gonna be still win for just anything as well. So I'll be making things for a very little bit of good time. So I'll feel such a worse around for a bad things happen that I just feel too much confused. And I will be turning, I'm not going to be very sure that we're just going to be stop talking about whatever we try to do what it says. I cannot believe that you just disliked this video as well. So we have returned back into the pits. And we just made a cursed mistake again. And looks like the speed limit is about for 50 miles per hour. So looks like it should be gonna be wrap up for today's video, and looks like that should be able to be tried to say thanks for watching, and I hopefully that you leave a like at this video. And if you enjoyed this, just the game is linked in the description down below. And thanks for watching and for all your support. That I'm just gonna be jumping out of this vehicle and being despawned for 10 seconds straight. This is going to be Turbo Concept is signing off, and I'll talk to you Formula 1 fans all later. And I'm probably turning on for the cinematic mode or something. So the free camera mode has just went off, and I'll be talking to you Formula 1 fans all later into this frictional racing circuit to do this. Because not until next time, because I'll feel such as a bad idea that we're just gonna be racing for so long. So it's not gonna be until next time for just what it was. And it wasn't gonna be very sooner at all like this.